When I met you in the summer, you had a fragrance that smelled like trash. Don't let that be you. Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Today, the summertime bangers of the Inspired By world. I just love that. Inspired by, of course, yes. All of these linked in the description. Let's get started with, what's this? Ah, that's right, Insurrection II Emperor. This basically kind of came and went, and it was with a whimper. Not a whole heck of a lot of people really cared about this one. It's by Rayan Tradition, and it is pretty freaking cheap. Like $24, $25, something like that. Although between you and me, 20. If it was 20, that's the sweet spot right there.
Perfect.
Now, long ago, Rayan Tradition was actually one of the bigger names out there as far as the dupe brands are concerned, but they didn't really keep up with their release schedule, and they fell back. So this one came out, I think it was 2023, like 3 years ago, and it's surprisingly solid, but it does suffer from what a few Rayan Tradition fragrances suffer from, lack of performance. Oh. It's not crazy turbo weak, but compared to some of the crackheadedly strong fragrances that come out nowadays, it ain't at that level, brother.
Sorry, sir. Doing my best.
Now, in terms of how it comes across, it smells actually very orangey. Yeah, go figure. You mean this fragrance has kind of an orange creamsicle-esque vibe to it? No freaking way! So yeah, it smells kind of similar to Ultracest, actually, by Mugler, which is long discontinued and pretty expensive nowadays. It's kind of in that style, but it has a little bit of a sprinkling of Aventus, which when you think about it, makes some sense because the majority of the Insurrection II fragrances at this point are Aventus fragrances. So that's kind of how this one comes across. The opening, really attention grabbing, especially if you enjoy that sweet orange vibe that it has off the rip. Just be aware that as far as the longevity and projection, very average. But to be fair, it is really inexpensive and you can spray it on more, so don't complain about it. Or you can complain about it, I don't care, man. Rayan Tradition. Blech. I'm also gonna do a giveaway in today's video, a fragrance that I forgot I even had. And to be fair, I don't even actually know what it smells similar to. But I was going through a bunch of fragrances that I had stored, and this one had been sent to me like a couple years ago. We'll get to that giveaway in a second. The next fragrance is this one, Mishla by Latafa. And this one's new. I ordered this off Latafa's website. I paid full retail, or at least whatever Latafa has their stuff at full retail for like 50 bucks. I say full retail, but I mean, full retail of a Latafa is not the same thing as full retail of a Creed, right? Those are kind of different things, different stratospheres. So yeah, I bought this alongside 3 other fragrances, 3 brand new ones from Latafa, the New York, Paris, and London fragrances, and this one was easily the best of them. It smells similar to Spice Bomb Metallic Musk, so a dupe of a very new fragrance. The quality is there, the performance is there, and it captures that vibe of Metallic Musk from the opening into the dry down for me. So this stuff, top notch. Gotta include that because Spice Bomb Metallic Musk is sneaky good. It's one of those fragrances that, I've said this a couple times, but when it was announced, I wasn't very psyched. And then when I actually started wearing it, it grew on me fast, and that stuff, top notch. This one is called Glitch, and it's by Mykonos. Technically, it's a collab, but if I'm honest with you guys, I'm not sure exactly who this person is that it's a collab with. I probably should have looked that up beforehand. Hopefully they're not like a complete psychopath. They're like, I support this guy. Wait a second. I didn't know that. He killed how many people? Okay, let me see. Oh, he's like a YouTuber. Okay, got it, yeah. Oh, he's a big YouTuber. So there we go. So Glitch, this smells really similar to 9 p.m. Rebel. That's kind of funny, right? But yeah, it smells like that, 9 p.m. Rebel, Aventus-y type vibes. Caed All for Son as well. All those fragrances, it kind of slots in right there. It's an extrait to parfum concentration. The performance is fantastic, which is why I include it. But this one is one that I had to scoop from the Bay of Ease. My nose is itching. So spring, summertime, daytime, this stuff, absolutely fantastic. Quality really good right off the rip with that one. Hawas Cobra. So Hawas. They just keep multiplying at this point. Hawas is like just the rabbit of clone lines at this point. It just keeps procreating. Or it's almost like Boo in Mario Brothers. You know, you're watching the Hawas, you're looking at the Hawas, and you're like, okay, there it is. Looks normal. The second you close your eyes or look away for just a millisecond, you turn back and boom, there's 6 more. You're like, bah! How'd that happen? I was just looking at the Hawas, and now there's more. And it has become sort of a meme, but, you know, in between all of those releases, some of them do stand out. And this one, of the more recent releases, is probably one of the biggest ones. And as far as spring and summertime go, it's a banger. Ginger, citrus, tea, yeah, you know the drill. This smells similar to Imagination by Louis Vuitton. And in typical Rasasi Hawas fashion, the performance here is ramped up. So if you compare this to the original, it's gonna last much longer, project much further, and for a lower price point. So even though Rasasi Hawas has gone a little overboard, just recently they announced 3 more new ones. This one is very good. Cobra with a K. I will say though, when I brought this up when this fragrance was released, the name a little bit funny. Cobra with a K in this dark bottle. You know, it looks like it's gonna be something intense and dark and heavy. And then, no, it's Imagination. Oh, it's good for summer. Oh, of course, yeah. They're also gonna drop Anaconda soon. It's gonna be in a jet black bottle. And they're gonna have it smell similar to Light Blue Forever. I'm gonna level with you guys. When it comes to Joe Milano, I think most of their stuff is overpriced. And that's because at full retail, or using that word again, it is crazy the prices that they slap on the bottles. Now, of course, they don't actually expect anybody to pay those prices, but what it does is it price anchors the fragrances for them. So what they can do then is charge $70 or $80 for their clones, but because you have a struck out price next to it of $200 or whatever, it looks like a good deal at discounters. That's the whole idea behind Joe Milano's pricing structure. That's the way that they've done everything, and it's to try to make themselves look like a premier or premium clone house. So, you know, eventually people get used to paying $60, $70, or $80 for a Joe Milano, and they just go, well, that's just how it is. So by and large, I'm not a big fan of the pricing of most of the fragrances that I've purchased from Joe Milano, but I do have to say, I like this one. So this right here is Boston, Game of Spades Boston. It has a really cool rubber feel to it that I actually dig. A little bit different than most other rubberized fragrance bottles. It's kind of cool. That said, it is also a little bit odd as far as the whole like marketing for this particular fragrance. I think it says that it's inspired by the Northern Lights, and then it's named Boston. And then the fragrance itself is actually a dupe or inspired by Scent of Peace for Him by Bond Number 9, which, as I've mentioned before, is a fragrance brand that is pretty much focused on New York City, which is not Boston. So a little bit of just kind of everything slapped together as far as the idea behind this one, but I'll tell you what, the stuff rips. Scent of Peace for Him, a great fragrance, kind of in the overarching Ventus style of fragrances, but definitely with its own twist. The performance here is good, the quality is good, and if you can scoop this for about 50 bucks or so, it is worth scooping up. Anything less than that, you're gravy. If it's 70 or 80, pass on that. Now, of course, with any of these fragrances, don't be like me, buy them at discounters instead of at full retail. Save yourself some cash. And if you do that, codes. These will save you a little extra money. The FragFlex code is 10% off, a flat 10% across the entire website. You can use it anytime you shop there. That's probably the one that I use the most. That's probably the place I shop at the most now because I'm lazy and it's easy to remember. Then of course there's also the JOMASHOP codes. Those change every quarter. They work within the JOMASHOP app, so anytime you're shopping there, you can use those. And then also for talking clones, I have the Perfume Box, Beauty House, Fragrance Lord, Gift Express. You can use those codes at those stores anytime you want. Montagne Port up next. Very unassuming looking bottle here. Just low key, keeping it very low key. It's got a few notes on the front: pineapple, sea salt, and musk. Pineapple? Does that mean this is once again Ventus? Ah, no. This one is in fact inspired by Porthole. It's fun to say. Yeah, it's inspired by Porthole. It is extremely, extremely tropical, sweet, and fresh. It smells legitimately like a cocktail, poolside or at the beach. Like I said, a little bit of a sugary one, but man, attention grabbing, the quality fantastic. Montagne has a lot of bangers that fly under the radar because everything looks like this. It's easy for them to kind of like blend in. But if you know, you know, like I said, Montagne, a ton of great scents. That one rips. Ugh. Dumont Nitro Gold. Magnetic cap, not super strong. Half a point for that. In the positive direction, half a point in the positive direction. So Nitro Gold, this is, as best as I can tell, trying to be like the next Nitro Red, which means a bit of a hype beast, but that type of fragrance that you can wear literally anywhere and it will work well. And it's kind of similar in ways to Nitro Red because it smells similar to Born in Roma, the original Born in Roma, mixed with a touch of Millesime Imperial, at least as best as I can connect in my mind, which would make sense with the gold color scheme here. Now you may also find it somewhat similar to Born in Roma Intense, but a side-by-side with that one. This one comes across fresher, a little zingier, a little more minerality to this one. But you could still draw that comparison to Born in Roma Intense a little bit as well. That being said, for me, like I said, Born in Roma the OG, which smells a little similar to Invictus, and then a little Millesime Imperial over the top. Really, really, really good stuff. It was supposed to be released a long time ago, got delayed, and was finally released where you could scoop it up. I did, and it's actually worth the wait. And thankfully, more of a spring, summertime fragrance, so it coming out now makes more sense than, I guess, if it came out at the very beginning of winter or something, for whatever that's worth. Elixir Apollo. So Apollo here smells similar to a fragrance that a couple people know about. You know, it's a little under the radar, but it's called Y Eau de Parfum.
Bruh.
Yeah, actually everybody knows that. It is in a blue bottle to let you know that it is a blue fragrance. Ooh. Now to me, it comes across a little bit fresher than Y Eau de Parfum, not quite as immediately sugary, although it does have a good dose of sweetness to it, for sure. So yeah, basically take that Y Eau de Parfum vibe, that DNA, keep it intact, keep that amberwood in there, keep the apple and everything, but just make it a little bit fresher, a little bit more airiness to it when you first spray it on. Perfectly suited for summertime and also great during the evening. Armaf Caballo. So this one, not a really big hype monster, but I think it's really, really nice, especially for the price point. So this smells a little bit like taking Bleu de Chanel and mixing it with something like Bulgari Tiger. Now, maybe it slightly was too early because nowadays there are lots of fragrances coming out that smell, you know, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and put together, right? That's become much more common. I mean, we just talked about this one right here, but that's become much more common over the past, I don't know, not even year, like last 6 months it feels like. That's obviously the trend right now. I feel like we're gonna get way more of that over the next, who knows, forever probably. But this one was just a little too early. It missed the trend. Yeah, timing is everything. So like I said, a little bit Bleu de Chanel, a little bit Bulgari Tiger, kind of a slightly weird presentation style. So it has this like pleather coating, or not coating, but like jacket over the bottle. And it has really crappy, super crappy zippers. Like these things, they are very poor. Technically, you can, if you want to, unzip this and pull the bottle out so that you don't have a little horse bro on the front, but you know, whatever. It does have a magnetic cap, that's nice. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Slightly synthetic citrus off the top, but not in a way that smells gross or like cleaner product or anything like that. It just has that sort of citrus where you smell it and you go, that is a little sweeter than real citrus smells. It doesn't quite have the same like depth of having a touch of rindiness or that big juicy explosion. Still smells really nice. You get a little more of the tiger aspect initially, and then as it dries down, it starts to sag and kind of change a little bit more into a blue fragrance vibe. Great versatility, flies under the radar for the price point. That stuff is really solid. Another Armaf, because we'll just double up the Armafs right here. Club de Nuit Iconic. Now this is the original Iconic. I think for me personally, between the OG and the Extrait, I'd probably lean for this one. And this is kind of like a 2-for-1 because this is also Bleu de Chanel. So this is like Bleu de Chanel with a twist, and this is more just kind of straight up like trying to be Bleu de Chanel. A little bit closer to the Eau de Parfum overall. Amazing versatility, not just a summertime fragrance, that is an anytime fragrance. And then to wrap things up right here, Atlantis Extrait French Avenue. Smells similar to a fragrance called Wave Child, and it has a very different vibe compared to most aquatic scents out there. So it's got a big old blast of watermelon right off the top. Also hits you with coconut, citrus, and cacao, so it has this candied aspect to it. It may have to grow on you slightly, but women love the stuff. The projection is there, longevity is there. And as I said, very different from your standard aquatic scent profile. All right, giveaway time. It's pretty big. Spirit of Kings Harmony, part of the Compassion collection. It has a date on here or something. And like I said, I didn't even bother to look this stuff up, so I'm gonna do that now. Oh, sick. Says it's like a $350 fragrance. Herba Pura. Okay, it smells similar to Herba Pura. So with this one, legitimately, like, I think a couple years ago, it just showed up on my doorstep. I did not ask for this stuff. I didn't give my address out, but somehow they got it and they just shipped me some crap. And I'm not gonna do that. So, you know, here it is. One of you guys can have this. Still sealed and everything. I hope it's good. I mean, it probably is good, honestly. But if you want to be interested in the giveaway, just like the video, be subscribed to the channel, leave me a comment. In the comment, let me know your go-to summertime inspired by fragrance, whatever it is. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel with other winners. And if you are the winner, hit me up and I'll ship this out to you wherever you are. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.